Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are running across my channel for the first time, welcome. My name is Mansha and I'm a big book lover, and I love talking about books, and that's just what I do here on this channel. So if you're like me, if you're a bookworm too, I'd really appreciate if you took a moment and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I make bookish video on here and I think they'll be helpful and entertaining for you people. So yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button. So the book that I'm talking about today, you obviously know from the title, is this very famous book, which is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. It is a historical fiction book and it's very widely loved, and I have had it sitting on my shelf for quite a long time and just never picked it up because, again, historical fiction is not a genre I've read a lot or I've loved a lot of books in. But yeah, since so many people loved it, I had to give it a go. Okay, so the story is set in Molking, which I recently learned is a fictional town and not a real town. In Molking, which is a town in Nazi Germany, and it follows the journey of a 10-year-old girl, Liesel Meminger, for a span of 4 years. The book is set in a span of 4 years. It follows Liesel Meminger and her journey with her foster parents, whose names are Rosa Haberman and Hans Haberman, and obviously her love for books, which is quite apparent from the title. So the book is following her journey in the midst of World War II. Now, first of all, I straight away want to talk about the best part of the book, for me at least, and I think for a lot of other readers it would have been the choice of narration. So the book is actually narrated by Death, which I think is such a new and unique way of narrating a story. And since it's a very serious book, from the very onset of the book, it's a sad one. Like, you'll know from the first few pages, you'll know that the book is a very sad one and a very serious one. So I think, keeping that in mind as well, choosing Death to narrate the story of this young girl, I think it was a very interesting choice. Since it's set in the middle of World War II, it's a perfect blend of wartime experiences, grief, and losses. And one very interesting thing is that, along with depicting whatever the Jewish people were subjected to, it also brings us face to face with the kind of hurdles the non-Jewish people face, the kind of insecurities that burden them, the kind of risks and dangers that hovered around them. Because in this book, there's a lot of talking about how, not all non-Jewish people were bad, and not all non-Jewish people hated the Jews, and there were people who were friends with Jewish people, and how life was difficult for them as well, because they could not afford to keep the friendship, or they could not even afford to give security, protection, shelter, help, whatever, to their Jewish friends without putting themselves in danger, their lives in danger, and their families' lives in danger. So I think that was again a nice thing to depict. Now, as I said before, the book is a heart-wrenching one from the very beginning. It's a very sad book, but the last few pages will just, oh my god, they can rip you apart. Yeah, it's a very sad book. If there's one thing that I do not like in stories, is the introduction of too many characters that are not, really essential to the story. But that's not the case with The Book Thief. It introduces limited characters, I would say, and whoever is introduced in the book has a role to play. So they are not just there; they are serving a purpose in the story, big or small, doesn't matter. And each character that's written into it has been written well. So the character descriptions are very well given. So yeah, it's very easy to form an image in your mind. My favorite characters personally are Liesel's foster father, Hans Haberman, and her best friend, who's of her own age, Rudy Steiner. They are my favorite characters, and the bond between Liesel and her foster father is the most beautiful bonding throughout the book. You can't help but fall in love with their very pure bond. So one very strange thing in the book is that Death, the narrator, always, or not always, but in a lot of instances, it itself gives spoilers about things that are about to happen in the story. Now, this is something I guess very personal for people. Somebody might be totally annoyed by this thing, But personally for me, I think I would have been annoyed, but I don't know, it's just written in, the story is written in such a way that even though you know a lot of things that are approaching, you know what's about to happen, you still want to read. I think the catch is that you want to know how will that happen. You know that will happen, but you really want to know how the story will reach that point where that thing happens. So I hope I'm making sense. So yeah, the I mean, I'm not giving you any spoilers, but the narrator itself gives you spoilers. So yeah, that's, I think, up to one's own how they perceive it. I personally, in the case of this book, I had no problem with that thing. So the book is very gripping and very engaging, and it's a total page turner. I don't think you should have a problem in flowing through the book. The story is very well written, and the thing that I like even more than the story being well written is that it's well wrapped up. It gives you a closure to the story. It just wraps up the story very well, in a way that it would always stay with you. One weird thing that I don't know if other readers noticed or not, but you know, from the beginning of the book, the okay, so you know it's wartime, and you know there are going to be deaths, right? But the characters that I anticipated would die actually lived in the story, and the characters that I thought would live and mourn the death of other characters actually died. So that was kind of interesting, sad but interesting for me. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this very famous historical fiction book, The Book Thief. I think it's a very interesting book and you should definitely pick it up. It's a lengthy one, I'll say. It's like around it's 584 pages, and I won't lie to you, there was a point in the book when I just wanted the book to be finished, and I felt that, and at that point I realized that, oh my god, yes, it's a lengthy book, yes, it's a lengthy one, but the story is very interesting if you just give it a chance. So even if you're someone who does not like to read lengthy books, I'll say that try giving this one a chance. The story is interesting, and you know, the chances are that you will just flow through it. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. If you want, you can also follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle will be mentioned on the screen over here, and the link to my Instagram will also be in the description, so you can go and do that. I'll meet you in another video. Bye.